Mm. Mm. So long till they don't know the birth record. So they just say from remotest antiquity, this is the house that God used to manifest his wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and power in and through. Where is he now? Wherever he want to be. I'm not going to say I know where he is, but I'm glad his power is everywhere. I think I know where he is. I don't want to say because I could be wrong. But he's wherever he wishes to be. Are we to pray and worship Master Farad Muhammad? You don't worship the flesh of any man because the flesh is going to die. But in that flesh is a wisdom and a power superior to any human being on the earth. So when we look to Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, we look to him. And when he ain't no longer here, the power is going to be here. Honorable Elijah Muhammad said he would live a minimum of 400 years, but 400 years ain't no time. He'll be gone. But before he goes, the foundation of what he lays will never be erased from the planet. That's a God. He prays. He prays. He don't pray to himself. You don't say, surely I have turned myself to me. Who does he pray to? He prays in remembrance of him who originated that which he came in. He came in this body. You can't ignore him who originated this. Anyway, it's deep. Ruler. And whether you like it or not, the new ruler is black. He have hair like lamb's wool, and he has feet like burnished brass. And if y'all can't take a a black leader, then you might as well get off the planet.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Already said, he says, you can't worship Master Muhammad. Yet that's what been told for years. He's the God. It's bound to worship him. No. God said, no. You got to worship the originator. But the originator is 72 trillion years dead. See? I'm trying to explain this to you as I can in a few minutes. But that's his own words. So what is he talking about? Because we're told God, Master Muhammad is God, and there's no mystery God, and there's no spoken spirit, but he says God is not flesh. He says it. God is not flesh. But that's why you can't worship Master Muhammad, because he's flesh. So God is not flesh. He's not a man. I mean, you can't add, subtract. He's saying God is not a man. But you're going to call Master Muhammad God, but how is he God if he's praying to a God? Gods don't pray to anybody. See, he's confusing the issue. But he's telling you that you cannot worship Master Muhammad because he's flesh. That means what you have to worship is something that's beyond flesh. They don't give you a name. He just says originator. And you want to tell me that's Elijah Muhammad's teachers? Let's go a little further here.
Ruler. And whether you like it or not, the new ruler is black. He have hair like lamb's wool, and he has feet like burnished brass. And if y'all can't take a black leader, then you might as well get off the planet.
Now I was telling you, right, that the God, Son of Man, is black. He like lamb's wool, he like brass. It says that same thing in Revelation, the way, as that. Well, if you understand it, right? See, when he's referencing, right? It says right here in Revelations, his hair is white, right? And it's like lamb's wool, like wool, right? And he's also gray-headed, right? So he'd be an elderly person. And plus he's got fine copper or brass. But that's not Master Muhammad. But yet they keep telling you Master Muhammad is the Son of Man. But that's not the description. They give you a description, but that's not a description. And that fool on Sunday, he come tell you, he trying to prove that Master Muhammad is a God. He's the Son of Man. But he never gave the description. See, he left that part out. Because that would have blew his whole thing away. When it gives you, if you got a description of the other stuff, you got a clear description of what he would look like. You're going to talk, well, this is why the circumstance we're going to appear, and what he do it through three different things, right? Which in itself is a bullshit. But let's move on, brothers and sisters. So that's not Master Muhammad. And plus, Son of Man doesn't mean, because every son is a son of a man. See, Elijah Muhammad took that interpretation, but Son of Man comes from Solomon, Suleiman. And if you go into Latin, Sul is son, O man. Suleiman, because Suleiman was probably the wisest man ever lived, right? Well, he must be wiser than this Son of Man talking about, because they say he's the wisest man ever lived, right? But Suleiman says, I'm black. Plus, he's the son of David, and David's one slew Goliath. That's Master Muhammad. That's where we get a father and son relationship. Let's move on, brothers and sisters.
Beloved brothers and sisters, one of the greatest practices in all the religions is prayer. The form and style of prayer varies from faith to faith, but prayer is universal. There is no religious community that does not pray. No prophet of God that did not pray. Abraham prayed. Noah prayed. Moses prayed. David prayed. Joseph prayed. Jesus prayed. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, prayed. Master Fard Muhammad prays.
There you go, brothers and sisters. Who's Master Muhammad praying to? I thought he was the God. Who's he praying to? Yep. Well, if he don't tell you, that means that's the mystery God again. But Elijah Muhammad says, no mystery God. Okay? So, I mean, what's wrong with that picture? He speaks for Farrakhan, and he backs up what Farrakhan just said a minute ago. And that's what Aaron would do. Aaron would try to turn people's hearts back to Egypt. When he says, the message of covenant, Elijah would try to turn your hearts back to your own people, your own religion, your own culture. Aaron, and that's what Farrakhan's doing. He's checking you back because he's telling you back to the mystery God. That's totally against everything Elijah Muhammad taught clearly. Master Muhammad's a God. He's not praying to anybody. He don't submit to anybody. He's the God. But no, he's not. Not according to him. But there's no mystery God according to Elijah Muhammad. But the originator is a mystery. Do you know where he is? Have you seen him? He's 72 trillion years dead. He's the originator. He said, he tell you, Master Muhammad prays, but did he tell you who he's praying to? So why waste time praying to Master Muhammad? Well, we can't. But now we got to pray to this other thing, but he don't tell you what it is, the name of it, anything. Farrakhan, you get originator, so I guess that's his name, the originator. Ed Smith, you don't even get a name at all. Just can't pray to Master Muhammad because he prays. So who's he praying to? Now, if that's not mystery God, what is it? I'm going to keep this short, but I will today. I have to. Well, maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Let's follow this, brothers and sisters.
I believe that America can be beautiful. How can America be made beautiful? Now, family, listen. My brother Imam Wadafuddin and I have had disagreement. But his followers and mine have never given each other as much as a bloody nose. Because in spite of our differences, there's a deep love in us. We don't like the things about our nation that is not good, but I don't want to live anywhere else. I want America to be made right. I don't want to see America go the way of Rome and Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah. But why won't she go that way? If the men of religion and the women of religion keep silent.
Again, brothers and sisters, that's against all scripture. Babylon will be destroyed. America will be destroyed, the fall of America. But what they've done, the gods come with wrath, not forgiveness, not repentance. Let's say they cannot be reformed. But Farrakhan has a total opposite view. Yet he's the Messiah, according to him. Total opposite view. First, Master Muhammad can't be worshipped. He's not really the God. Can worship originator. They're doing exactly what Aaron, they say Aaron would do, try to turn the hearts back to, because he's a demon. We show that in a minute. Okay? Everything he says, he has love for America. He wants to stay here. Now, ask yourself one question. They tell we're the seed of Abraham, and we went through the 40 years. And they admit that. But as reward, there was a covenant made. A covenant made. Now, what's a covenant? Because rewards, so like you guarantee your paycheck. You say, if I work all week, I get a paycheck. But covenant, that's from God. That's certified. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So they made a covenant. Right? The covenant was a result of our suffering. That's reward. God made a covenant. I mean, it's his word. This is what you're going to get. You went through that. Remember, they hadn't went through it yet. That was a promise to Abraham. They go through this is what they're going to get. They go through this is what they're going to get. They go through this, and this is what they're going to get in return. So we went through it. That's a covenant. God's word. That's what Elijah Muhammad represented. And Farrakhan says, no, you're not getting paid a goddamn thing. Because you ain't going nowhere. God lied to you. You stand right here. Okay, explain that some other kind of way. Tell me some other kind of way. Because he said, in fact, he don't want to go here. He want to leave here. He don't want to leave here. The land of our oppression. Elijah Muhammad said, we'll be fools to want to stay here. So Elijah just called him a fool. All the evidence there, brother and sister, this is clear. So explain any other kind of way. So let's look a little biology. Do you understand biology? What biology? Biology says the seed is the source of life. It's the beginning of it. The seed comes from the father. You know what your father is, egg, right? Provides information. It prepares you for life outside the womb. That's what egg does. The sperm is you. You start as a sperm. The egg is not living. It's living material, but it's not alive. The sperm is. And see here? That's his father. You can Google this. And his father, it tells you his father's Caucasian. You see? Don't see resemblance? That's obviously his son. So if that's the case, and we're telling the lessons that those cannot be reformed, they're even 100% wicked, evil and 100% wicked, that means he's evil and 100% wicked. It cannot be reformed. If he's from his father, that's his father there. He admits his father raped his mama. Well, he got different stories now. Anyway, look at that. You can't tell? That's his for daddy. Okay? And we have him. Look, Google, Farrakhan says his father was Jewish or may have been Jewish, something to that effect. Google it, you get it. And he got him saying it. His father, Caucasian, white Caucasian Jew. He got him saying it himself. So if you believe in the lessons, and that's the last thing Elijah Muhammad said in the 75 before he departed, when he was in the hospital, he said, remember those lessons, study those lessons. So that makes Farrakhan a black Caucasian Jew who 100% wicked and cannot be reformed. Now, is Master Muhammad a liar? Well, he can't worship no more, so he don't know what he's talking about. Is he a liar? You understand? That's what it says. Can you add and subtract? You don't see the resemblance there? That's his daddy. They could be twins. He is darker than his dad, that's all. There's no difference. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Now let's listen. Now remember how he feel about his people, the devils. Those are his people. He wants to stay here. The covenant says, no, we're leaving. Elijah Muhammad said, we're leaving. He said, no, he wants to stay. He wants to stay here. Like in Legion, Louis Eugene Grounds, NY backwards. And more, he said, please don't make me leave the country when he got confronted with the true Son of Man. All this is clear, brothers and sisters. We're going to explain something in a few minutes. So look at this. Now listen to what he's saying. See?
When the Muslims were alive, I'll say it again. When the Muslims were alive, you dead as hell now on both sides.
Yes, sir, brother minister. Yes, we are. Yes, sir. That's real, brother minister. Both sides.
Wake us up, dear Apostle.
When we was alive, we set up schools.
That's right.
When we were alive, we had supermarkets.
That's right.
We owned buildings. We owned farmland. We were busy doing something, hiring our people. Well, I'm telling the Muslims, damn it, if you don't come alive, you will die like you are. And I will say, thank you, Allah, because if they're not doing nothing on top of the earth, let the worms eat their ass.
Okay, brothers and sisters, that open your eyes and say he feels about the people that he's living off of, you, the Muslims, male and female, both sides. He hates you. Look how angry he is. He didn't say you did anything to him. You just didn't give him enough. You put bigger, more expensive suits on his back, more expensive rings on his finger, give him bigger mansions to live in. See, nicer cars. That's what he's saying. You know, he neglected the fact that he's the one that killed the nation when it was alive. Him and Wallace, they destroyed it. He also didn't mention the fact that the reason why we had those things because we invested in Elijah. Elijah invested in us. He took the money we gave him, invested in us. He did not leave here a rich man. He left everything in the name of the Nation of Islam, in the name of the believers. And so we had banks, we had clothing stores, we had schools, we had farmland. We had all those things, housing, because he invested in us. We invested in him, he invested the money that we gave him. Farrakhan put the money in his pocket. He hasn't produced a damn thing in 40-some years because he put the money in his pocket. He's robbing the nation, as it says in Malachi. This is very simple stuff, brothers and sisters. But we'll see why it's not presented, why it's kept undercover. Let's move on, brothers and sisters. Oh, and notice previously, our nation. Wait, hold it. America, our nation. I thought you were supposed to represent the Nation of Islam. I thought you were supposed to represent the Nation of Islam, Farrakhan. He's telling you, our nation, America, because that's what he really represents. He wants to stay. He loves it here. That's what he represents. He does not represent the Nation of Islam. It's our nation. Move on, brothers and sisters.
$1,000. Cash payment to anyone who can prove that what lying son of the devil Farrakhan is preaching is consistent with the lessons, supreme wisdom, of Master Fard Muhammad Elijah Muhammad's representation of his teacher Master Fard's teachings.
$5,000. Cash payment to anyone who can prove that what lying son of a devil Farrakhan is preaching is consistent with the lessons, supreme wisdom, of Master Fard Muhammad Elijah Muhammad's representation of his teacher Master Fard's teachings.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Sulaiman Ibrahim here. That's the cover. Break of 7 seals. There it is, brothers and sisters. Now, step forward. Guys, if ever, the challenge. How can no one ever step forward to click? They can't. Or BS. I'm explaining a little bit in a minute. My main topic here, brothers and sisters. We're in the 6th seal now, brothers and sisters. 6th seal, an angel called Revelation. The war breaks out, or hell breaks loose. We're in it now. Just wait for the second punch. They threw the first punch a couple of weeks ago, but Rand blocked it. So now they get ready to throw a second one. America's downfall. It's into America. They're about to hit a brick wall. Iran, they're the ones that invented chess. Persia. Anyway, it'd be a silence in heaven. First would be, the sequence of events is, it says, first there'd be peace and a break out of peace and safety. So they say peace and safety. Everybody, suddenly, destruction comes like a woman in labor. That means it comes in faith and ways, right? Not immediately, right? I don't know, I'm not a female, so I don't know. I think some women can go in labor for hours. I don't think days, but I think I've heard of a case of nearly a day. Anyway, but it's from the phase. And that's what's been happening. So, excuse me. So war broke out. Then it'd be silence. There was silence. Like I said, first was abomination. First was they say peace. Then the bomb. Oh, let me follow through. First it was abomination. First there was. Peace. Back. Look at September 2023. Oh man, Belt Road Initiative. Y'all was saying, "Hey, see, man, we're gonna have peace in the Middle East." And Abrahamic covenant, having what do you call it? What do they call it? Or Abrahamic Accord. Well, the Arabs and Israel get together, they work together, and everybody's gonna be happy. And then suddenly, October 7th, a month later, boom, all hell broke loose, and that kicked off abomination desolation. So first you had, when they said peace and safety, then you had abomination desolation came right behind that a month later, immediately, that's like I said, and that went on until October 25. when a sneak attack, when heaven broke out, right? And then there's June, and then there'd be a silence for half an hour, which is a year, approximately half a year, approximately 6 months. That's what happened. So after that war that stopped, they paused it. They didn't have a peace agreement, a pause, silence. And no one was talking about the war, anything. It was quiet for about 6 months. Nobody was saying anything. It was like, okay, nobody's doing anything. And then suddenly, it started up again. Was Israel started attacking Iran and its infrastructure inside society, setting up riots and civil unrest and everything else. But that was an attack. It was supposed to be followed up with kinetic, right? That means they're going to hit him with jets, planes, missiles, and everything else. And that was in the air. But the point is that the civil unrest was thwarted by Iran. They blocked it. They shut it down. And so when they saw that the country wasn't going to be destabilized by the riots and everything they was fomenting, they said, well, we can't go with the missiles and everything because they'll be prepared for it. But see, the whole country was been in confusion. Why was in confusion? It was going to hit them. But it didn't happen. They was going to block it. Right? And so they pulled back. So they blocked that punch. So we got to build another punch. Now they set up a bigger punch. Bring all the traffic, aircraft drivers there, aircraft cameras and everything in the region. Because they get ready for the next punch. So we right in the time frame. And that started exactly approximately 6 months after January 25th, June 2025. Farrakhan, what happened to Armageddon? Well, God told you to be quiet, right? No, he didn't. Goddamn lie. Okay. Am I mistaken? If he's supposed to be quiet, he shouldn't be talking, right? He shouldn't be talking, right? He's supposed to be quiet. So if you're a ventriloquist and you got a dummy, and they tell you to shut up, should that dummy be quiet too? Because the dummy's still talking, that means you're still talking, aren't you? So he says, they told you, that's how dumb they are. They told you they would have the Savior's Day, which I do not think they will be in charge of the Savior's Day. I do not think that. I don't think so. Well, we'll see. I do not think so. Anyway, they says Ishmael is going to deliver the message from Farrakhan. Wait, hold it. If he's delivering the message from Farrakhan, that means Farrakhan ain't quiet, is he? You do talking for him. I mean, he's not quiet, is he? Because he's quiet means he's not supposed to be telling us to say anything. But Ishmael's supposed to be a spokesman, so he's talking. He should be quiet too. But he's saying the Savior Day address comes from Farrakhan. But Farrakhan, he's alert, everything. But he's going to be quiet. So there shouldn't be a message coming from him. You're there. Am I mistaken? See all the bullshit? Plus, he's so alert and everything. Well, if God can be quiet, he didn't tell him not to show up. I walk in, take everybody's hand, everything. But the mask on something, he didn't say that. According to him. So you don't see him, he's out of the public eye. And last time he saw him, he's walking around in a jumpsuit. Because he can't dress himself. You have to dress him. And then hold him up. You know what it was holding him up? Otherwise, he'd been in a wheelchair. He's the Messiah. Where's he going to deliver us from? Yeah, he is my Messiah. Know why? Because he's going to deliver me from him. He's going to deliver me from him. But what he's doing delivers me from him. He's going to deliver a lot of people from him because that's what my job is, to expose him, right? And once they see him, his actions delivered them from him. But he's like, oh, thank you, Farrakhan. You exposed yourself. You delivered me from you. There's more about sisters. We're in it now. Okay, again, I'm going to keep this short, brothers and sisters. This is what's at stake. This is what we got to fight to get all this back, take from us. They got us in captivity, control our energy. They have still our identity. They tell everybody they're false Israel, so everybody's got to help them, got to support them. They have our land, Arabia. That's what the covenant says. The covenant says that's what we return to. Look at it. Between River Euphrates and River what they call it, the Africa, Egypt. Look on the maps. That's Arabia. They got economy. And this clown here has controlled the nation, and he destroyed the vision. He said, "We're not getting reward. We ain't no covenant. You ain't going nowhere. God's a liar. God lied to y'all. Y'all ain't going no goddamn where." He's calling God a liar. He's calling Elijah Muhammad a fool. Because Elijah Muhammad said, "We're fools and want to stay here." He said, "We ain't going nowhere." So this, if anything I'm saying is wrong, I give $5,000. They show me one thing I say is wrong, I give $5,000. But they don't come and get it. I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. And this was posted on every FOI class when Elijah Muhammad was around. Every Saturday morning you saw this. I don't know what the MGT saw, MGT, because they had their own classes. That's what the FOI saw. We stand here, Elijah Muhammad's on a ship, taking off. And all the Negroes that didn't want to hit, they're on the shore. You can't see it here. They're on the shore, but they got the devils beating them with bells and billy clubs. He said, that's why he says, if they had only believed in Allah and followed me. See? So we talking to the ones on the shore. They getting their ass kicked now. They want to stay here with the devils. Here's an example here, brothers and sisters. This example of opposing wavelengths and frequencies. See? They're opposing each other. They're different wavelengths and frequency, so you get confusion. They'll get it clear, you go to different colors, everything mixed up. That's what we have right now. The demons, the wolves with sheep clothing mixing with the sheep. The chaff is mixing with the wheat. The demons are mixing with the original people. It says half of the blacks in America are original, half of demons. And Farrakhan represents the demons. His father's the devil. That's what a demon is. Half devil, half man. It means your father's the devil, then you're a demon. Well, it's straight out a devil. If your father's a devil and your mother's not, then you're a demon. Come on, brothers and sisters. Now, what's going to happen? Master Muhammad's going to blow the light out. What's the light? You understand when scripture light told me the light, it's about economics. That's what the covenant was. From the promise religion. People say religion is a light. No, economics is a light. Religion just tells you how to manage the economics. Because without economics, you don't have religion means nothing. So the light as well is the economics right now. That's why America is light as well, because they control the economics. They lose control of it. So he's going to blow the light out, because that light is American dream, all that stuff that's keeping you in it. So he's like this false light, and that's going to break your grip, America's grip on you. That mental grip on you, going to blow it out. See, because you cling to the earth. You cling to this wavelength frequency they're on. See, this light has a certain wavelength frequency. He's about to blow it out. Because you can rise to a higher, in other words, you can move to the second floor, but you don't know it. Because you think it's only the first floor. So you're out here stumbling around the first floor when you can move to the second floor. See, so he's going to blow out. The darkness is caught by the light. Let me leave it like that. He want to get you to see that there's an alternative. Yeah. That's what Farrakhan's doing. Because if you think this is it, we're not going anywhere, then you're going to try to make the best of this. But making the best of this, we're a captive nation. That means the more we work, the harder we work. They're benefiting from it because they profit from us. They say, work hard. Yeah, the harder you work, right? Okay. They make $1,000. They say, you go out and you make $1,000 for them. They give you $200. Right? They made $100 profit. Right? They, we got to work harder. Okay, now you work hard twice as much. And now you make $400 and they get $16. You still not getting everything because profit means exploitation. By definition, Capitalism is slavery by definition. It's more about it. Get too deep here. They're going to blow it. They're going to, the world's economy is based on oil. The world's economy is based on oil. But majority of oil comes out of Middle East that the world depends on. So therefore, that's why a war broke out in heaven, and Master from his angels, or Michael's angels, they can control a region. That means they shut off, they have control of this reality. Because all the realities in the world is based on oil. And now they have control of the source. If they control the source and cut it off, that means they cut the light off in the world. The whole world is going to darkness, economic darkness. That's what chapter 18 talking about, okay? So let me give you a little thing. Now, I give you all the time, I'm going to show you this example here. The people not paying attention, and they're not serious. They're going to cause a lot of trouble by saying stuff. They try to act like they know something. You're going to try to press somebody, you know something, you don't really know anything. I know a lot. I know you don't see me trying to press people, and most people know me, don't know, have any idea what I know. And my doctor, he talks to me like I'm a 3-year-old. He have no idea I know more than him. I don't know about doctoring, but I do know something about it from a different point of view. But I don't go around exposing, wearing on my, on my shirt. Hey man, I'm smart. I know all this. I don't do that. Actions should be sufficient. That's why people, ignorant people, stupid people, they try to get attention. Like they got a car. Boom, boom. What's all that for? They're trying to get attention. They drowning. They get themselves deaf. They got to do that. Or they buy some fancy car and stuff because they're stupid. You don't need to be doing all that. If you're intelligent, you got to hear. But if you got to hear, then you got to wear it on your ass. You got to wear it on your arms, tattoos, and all this bullshit. Because you don't have nothing here. You don't have anything here. So you never see, you got a car. What are you doing that for? Woo, woo, woo. Bells blasting. The more you got here, the less you're going to be showing up here. The action is sufficient. Not how the fancy clothes you got, big rings, big old car. You live in a shack, you got a $50,000 car. I mean, I got a person now not too far from me. I'm looking at a place where they live at. I know they could be paying them about $1,500 a month rent. And they got a Mercedes Benz up in there. A new one. Because they're trying to impress people because they have nothing here. I don't need that. And I hide the fact that I know a lot of things. I hide most of it. But for the Injil, I got that's why I don't like dealing with people. Because I'm trying to be flashy, telling people and pointing people and accusing people, saying stuff that don't make any sense, hurting people, just blasting over the mouth, trying to impress people. See, people that try to impress people is people that don't have anything. I don't need to impress anybody. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm trying to get information to you. But anyway, look at this here. Nobody's going to pay attention to that because they, the more you student, you can tell a student person they got a big old SUV. What are they doing that for? These big old redneck trucks. They have no utility at all. Just, I got the biggest one. Boom, boom. Then at home they got a whole big bottle of Viagra, if you know what I mean. So you put that one together. See? Because RC. Anyway. I'm going to give you a little example here. To my strategy. Now, if you can understand this, see, you got two nations here, right? So, and each one has the same amount of power, because it's the same size, right? Power, the more power you have, the bigger the circle. So both has the same, the circle, right? That's the earth, so it can't get any bigger. So within that, both has the same amount of power, right? So one wants to overcome the other one. But you can't because same power, they wipe out each other. So I'm giving you an example here. So if you can think, then you can apply it in some other kind of way. It's okay, how do I do this? Okay, like I told you, by submitting to Adam, it was like a robot dough. Okay, yeah, you put pressure on us, you pressing us and terrorizing us, but what you do is you make us turn to diamonds, and now we're harder than you, now we're going to destroy you. Because now we're on a higher wavelength, and our wavelength is higher than yours. That means now, and you can't stop ours because we're diamond now, we're super hard. And so now when we start growing, right, that's going to destroy your wavelength because now you put us on a high wavelength by what you did. You put us on a high wavelength and frequency because now diamond's on a high wavelength, frequency, and cold. So now you put us on a high one because that's what destroys you. Because really, see, I have to actually see. Well, I'm going to say it, because I said you have to treat a lot of people like children. What we do to them, it's not a consequence what they did to us. The consequence what they did to us is turn to a diamond. See, I try to get. It's hard to explain. Sometimes you explain something to children in a way, and because they can't understand in a more complicated way. Because every action has an opposite reaction. Well, the reaction was, I talk about a seed bomb. There's a seed bomb. Don't get me wrong, right? But the point is that it's not the way you think it is. Because this one is we turn that the consequence was turned. So there's no consequence to them on that level. Because the consequence was the reaction was we turned to a diamond. But now we turn to a diamond. Now we're emitting wavelength frequency on a high level before than we was before. And that's what destroys them. So I don't say it, because if you think about it, did you think that through? I said, well, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, but I told you, I said, by them doing that, they transform us. By transforming us, that should have got you right there. The transformation was the consequence. We benefited from it. But now we're in a higher level, and we're emitting higher wavelength frequency. So therefore, and that's what destroys them. But anyway. Let me move on, brothers and sisters. See here, okay, I said it has same power, right? Okay. Now, one wants to overcome the other one. So what it does is he says, okay, he backs off and let this one get more control. Because power is about control, right? So he says, okay, say for instance, I control $10, you control $10. So I back up and let I only control 1 hour, let you control 9 of my hours. So now you control $19. But you only got the power. You only really had the power to control 10. And I backed off and let you control 9, mine. So now I only control 1. See what happens here? But by that, you see, look back at this now. It's a little deep for you. See how the color shows how much the strength of your power, right? So now, oops, so see, I mean, the power is strong, right? I mean, the intensity, right? But now they extend themselves, the power actually went down. Power actually went down. Because now it's gray, it was black, go down. But they don't realize, I got more power now because they got more control. But they actually have less power. See? They actually have less power, but they think they have more power because I said I backed off. Them saying they have more power. But now they're weaker at every point. See? Because each one of these power is less now. See? When it was black was, right? Now, power was weaker. First grade, if you want to put that away. But they think they have grade because they got more backed off. See? But now, because, right, I did this, let me back up previous again. Okay, well, I should have this. I forgot something anyway. I did this, right? Each one of these has more power than it did before. The point is, I'm just restraining myself, disciplining myself. I'm not exposing my power. I'm letting them have control of those 9 islands, 19 islands now. They was supposed to have 10. But now each one of these are weaker than it was before. Because, okay, put it like this here. Say, I'm put it in a more simpler way. Each island had 100 persons. Took 100 people to control each island, right? Okay, so they got 10 islands. They got 10 people on each island to control it. But now, if they go to 19, then each island don't have that many anymore. Each island they only got 100 people, right? So now they got 100 people over 19. So that's like almost 5 people per island now. So there's less people per island. So they say, yeah, we got this here, but man, we ain't even 5. See, now they have 100 people. Well, they have one island, right? They got 10 people. So they got 100 people on that one island. So they're very powerful on that one island. And these are very weak on each island they are. So once they do that, right, remember, the idea is to destroy this. So they use it's really like a rope-a-dope, right? So what they do is this. What happened? Go back. It's okay. Then they attack. Then they attack. Remember, it's 10 of these each one, but it's only 5 on each island. They attack each one. Then they can take them out. They might always extend themselves and take them out. You get it? That makes sense to you? Now they got all now they ain't there anymore. So now they got all the islands. They got 5 priests per island, but they don't have nobody to resist it. Nobody resist it because they got rid of the other one. Should just got rid of yellow altogether. But you get the point. They use, okay, them think they got more power. Now they got less men per island. See? If I got 10 people per island, they got 10 people, I can't, we destroy each other. Make them get down to 5 people per island. I let them stretch out, I gotta have more islands. So now I can send 10 people, right? And destroy them. When he's out, right? You know what I'm saying? That's strategy. So people keep asking, why Rand doesn't just let them keep doing? See? Remember, they didn't finish chess. They let them always extend themselves. Oh, I'm getting in Syria. I'm getting in Lebanon. Bosses are stressed out. America's stressed out. Now China, they can't, see, now China can make its move, Russia can make its move, America can't handle it because they was concentrating those places, but now they're stressed out. Where? Around. You understand what I'm saying? Well, they're stressed out. Then they attack. They attack all of them attack at the same time. America is destroyed. That's part of what's happening, brothers and sisters. People say, why Iran? They win? No. Now keep on going. Let's just out some more. Let's get out some more. And then we hit. They have no way to stop us. They think they're more powerful now. They're actually weaker. They stretch their force too thin. Do you understand that, brothers and sisters? Let's move on. That's what happens. Okay, this is what they plan. I'm going to close, brothers and sisters. Hold on, I got to check something. brothers and sisters. Oh. Like it says, they plan a plan. Allah plans a plan. They're the best of, Allah's the best of planners. Like I explained to you, brothers and sisters. Like all these ideas, everybody's trying to understand what's going on. There's having derision. Because the idea is, let me try to talk. I went and did some research on my voice, all kinds of microphones. Not the microphone, bro, says me. I just can't talk clearly. So I'm endeavoring to try to talk. I've been practicing, but I don't think it's working. It's not YouTube. I've never been much of a talker. I never got much practice doing it. Most people know me, can't get a word out of me. So therefore, when I do start talking, I'm not very good at it. I mean, what I'm saying, I'm just articulation, talk clearly. Believe it or not, you know, my demon wife, she was a speech therapist. Oh boy. So I'm working on it, brothers and sisters. But I know, well, anyway, let me move on. Like I was just showing you. The people saying, oh, why Iran doing this? Because they say, it doesn't make any sense. People say, that don't make sense. Why Iran? Remember, they the one invented chess. They're playing rope-a-dope. It doesn't change anything to pressure. The pressure's still here. They defeat someone. I showed you if two countries have same power, one could overcome the other. If they got same power, then you know they wipe out. Yeah, wipe each other if they went directly. I show you there's a way to do it to make the other overextend itself, and now you can take it out. And America's overextended right now more than it ever has been. So that means they're more vulnerable. Because say they need 5 ships in the China Sea to maintain control. Now they got on 3, 2, because they had to move 3 to the Middle East. So I'm saying, so now 2, they're overextended. That's the point I'm trying to show you. I keep telling you, study vectors, study these things, and then once you study, understand, then apply them. But that's what you're going to have to do to get to tribulation. You're going to have to apply everything that I've been teaching you. You have to apply all 5 pillars involves all this, right? And the wisdom of it. You think you become a god and all you do is walk around and scratch your ass and rub your head? If you want to be elevated gods, that means from here. I've been showing you things that you didn't. And then move on. But like I said, one of the reasons why everybody's so confused, some know this issue, but they're confused because they don't put us in the equation. All this is about us. They show you everybody has a piece of us. If they put us in the center, they understand why America had to protect false Israel. Because false Israel was put up there as a fake vision to keep us realizing who we are. But they didn't want us to unite. Visions unite people. That's why I say just think these things through. Vision unites people. Instead of going just running your mouth talking stuff, accusing people and running your mouth about stuff. Stop and think before you open your mouth and say something. So we're at the center of this. So the white false Israel was set up because they said, oh, no, they choose Abraham. But that was Elijah Muhammad was uniting people. How was he uniting people? Based on the vision of the promised land. Separation. Return to our people. That's the pace. That was the basis Marcus Garvey used. Return our people. Centered. And once Elijah put that notion in Martin Luther King's head, but it didn't apply to Martin Luther King, he didn't know that. But during that time, we all think we're the same people. Anyway, as soon as he said it, He went out and said, he met with Elijah and then went out and talked about the promised land. And he was dead the next day. See? So if you put us in the center of all this, then you realize why everybody's doing what they're doing. Why America's got to support falsehoods no matter what. Because falsehoods goes down. That means that vision is reestablished, that we're true to Abraham, and then we know we don't have to stay here. We don't have to put up this bullshit. We got a promised land. We got a great substance. We got a God. We got paradise waiting for us. Why the hell you want to stay here? If you think there's no way out of here, you're going to try to make the best of this. Once you realize you got fortune waiting for you, you see, and if you achieve that, what does that fortune do? Look at. I mean, brothers and sisters. This thing is so beautiful. I think once your eyes open, you're gonna say how beautiful it is. Because I told you, our rise is their destruction, right? So if we get our land back, what does that mean? That cuts off their that cuts them off. Because now we got control of their reality, don't we? We got control of the oil. I mean, sometimes I think say I can't, If I tell you, add subtract. I mean, I have to go store with you, and we have to. You got to start applying it. If we will get home. We get home. We have control of right there. Isn't that control of their reality? Isn't that our rise, their destruction? If we take revenge, if we didn't know you're not getting more oil anymore. See, all this stuff comes together, brothers and sisters. But you're not thinking. And part of the reason because they got you, it's an American dream, you got bills to pay, you got this and all that kind of stuff. Because you're worrying about these things and really shouldn't have to worry about them. You don't know that. Worry about them. But I can't tell you that because you go out there and say, well, I'm going to quit my job and I am. And see, you because you don't understand what you're doing, you mess around to be homeless, then you blame me. Because you don't have the faith and the strength to stand in that situation and see and stay and see how it works. Like I said, I've been in the worst situation you can imagine. By myself, and I knew what I was doing. I knew how to apply the 5 pillars, and I always came out of it. I don't care how dark it got. And they never could understand. Anyway, let's move on. So I'm just showing you they plan, and that's one of the things right now. And know that I'm not saying it's going to happen. This is not going to happen. But see, some of the things are very simple. Okay, say for instance, okay, we're talking about we're getting an energy wave, as to say energy burst every 50 years, right? We're getting more energized, more energy, right? So that means every day, it says the struggle of the devil is every week. What does that mean? That means as we get more energy, we apply discipline, the longer, and their discipline is declining, the longer we wait, the worse it gets for them. The longer we wait, it gets for them. See what I'm saying? Because we getting stronger now. See, and when it was going energy deprivation, every year got worse for us. Now it's getting better for us. So we don't actually have to go to war with them. We just get stronger and stronger and stronger. And they get weaker and weaker and weaker. And they'll just collapse internally. That's another way to look at it. Well, we're not going to do that because the danger in that is the quality part. We have a way to control that because that's why Master Muhammad has those wheels to make sure they do not have a nuclear war. They're ready to plan it. But that's one of the things they would do. Anyway, I hope we might get the point there. We're more energized and disciplined, and we get right. It makes it. We're getting strong, and they're getting weaker. But their weakness is resistance, and they're going to do everything they can to have main strength. That's the problem. So we won't do it that way. But I'm just get you to understand that's We get stronger and they get weaker. And so the universe, we start growing, rising up again. But the other way around, we got weaker as they got stronger. Anyway, so this is one of the other things they're planning. But they, if you look at it, they cannot overcome Iran. They cannot do it. Let me explain. I'm going to close in a minute. No, I'm not going to get to the other part of this. Okay. I explained this yesterday. I should have did a graph. Say, for instance, I shot you maybe a bullet, 32 bullet, a 32, 32. And I say, you're not allowed to have a gun. You can't shoot me. I can dart. So maybe I have 100 darts. I throw 100 darts at you. Well, wouldn't that be just as much damage as a bullet? More damage, wouldn't it? Because that bullet hit you in one spot. It may got a body walk, it might not. Those darts in you all over the place, in your head, leg, foot. You know? And you understand what I'm trying to say? This deadly as a bullet. They don't have the force of a bullet because you're throwing it off, it's sticking in you. Might hit you in the eye, hit you in the mouth, hit you in the head, your arms, legs. Maybe you might bleed out. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the same. In other words, the force is the same. Oh, let me put it this way. I should show a graph. Force gets out of pressure and force again. So all stuff adds up together, brothers and sisters. A force, like I said, if you take a broomstick and say it's made of total iron, made of solid iron, and say it weighs a ton, you set up on your floor, it's going to punch a hole in your floor. Because you put all that force in one spot, in 1 square inch, it's going to punch through the floor. So you got 1,000 pounds on 1 square inch, it's going to punch a hole through. If you have 1,000 pounds spread out flat, like flat plate, it's going to spread all over the floor, so it's not going to punch a hole in the floor. Because it's spread out. These little square inches are only going to get maybe, it's the same weight. They spread out. Okay? Same way. One would, so it's going to put a lot of weight on your floor. Maybe your floor still might sink a little bit because that's a lot of weight on it. But you put in one spot, it's going to push the hole through. So both of them the same force, but you turn it into pressure. That's what the Iranians have done. They're done. They got the same force as atomic bomb. This guy did missiles. So they turn into pressure. So the atomic bomb hit one spot, and it blows up everything around that spot. They got missiles blow the thing out all over the place. So it might blow the house of everything in 2 square blocks when it's evaporated. Those missiles are going to take out your whole damn city. Same force, it just turned into pressure. See, remember, they're on the same levels, they're in the same category as Master Muhammad. That's why they're his angels. Remember, they haven't been in chess. So they had the same power. That's why most Israel got nervous. Said, we got to stop them. They wouldn't have the missiles anymore. Because they started saying, oh, man, damn. These missiles are most powerful. These are atomic bombs. If I explain to you they another way. They got their nuclear power. I mean, they have the same power as a nuclear bomb. It's just they turn into pressure. It's the same thing. And it's more devastating. It's more devastating. Because now it's spread all over the place. Missile here, missile there. They knock out this thing, they knock out the water plant, they knock out the electric thing. See, this thing, just maybe I would knock out the electric grill, everything around it. They knock all these different things. That's more devastating because the whole country can't function anymore. The police station's gone, the airport gone, the hospital gone. But nuclear bomb, he just took out the hospital. Maybe everything around for a couple of blocks. You get my meaning, brothers and sisters? See, I'm telling you a lot of stuff now because now the time it's happened. They already got it. I couldn't tell you that before. They already got it. There's a lot of stuff I can tell you, brothers and sisters, but now I can tell you things because we're here. They're more powerful than a nuclear weapon. That's why I tell them you got to get rid of it. They ain't gonna get rid of that damn thing. We don't need nuclear weapons. They're stupid. Now, some people even say about that. That's stupid to have nuclear weapons. Just have a bunch of missiles. It don't cost as much. And you control it. You can talk about anything you want to when you want to. Right? So you can knock out, instead of just firing a bullet towards the heart, have a bullet, have something hit him in the head, in the lungs, in the eyes, all over the place. Maybe that you shot one bullet, maybe you might miss the heart. If you're at 100 darts, you're going to do some damage. They got any more powerful than nuclear weapon. They're more powerful now. You don't need a nuclear weapon. They say we don't need it because they're smart. I told you they invented this. So now I'm explaining things to you that I didn't explain to you before. So this is what they're playing right now. They have no choice. They said, well, they said we got to try and knock out their missiles. This is what they're planning. I'm going to close, brothers and sisters. They're planning. That's why they're doing what they're doing. Because they know they can't knock them out with the normal stuff they got. But they got protection from it. Okay. They plan on hitting with nuclear bombs. They plan on doing it. They're going to claim it's a Moab. See, there's no story together. I'm not going to get into that detail. They had a meeting and said, oh, no, they didn't drop an atomic bomb. But they did the same thing in Afghanistan. A Moab, mother of all bombs. That's what they call Moab, mother of all bombs. Right? They dropped one in Afghanistan. Now, the thing is that it had the same, as the blast force of the atomic bomb is just not nuclear. It's a big, remember, the way atomic bomb, and let me say it this way, megaton means 1,000,000 tons. Million tons, they said megaton, they mean it has the power of 1,000,000 tons of TNT. That's what they mean. They said if it's 2 megatons, have the destructive power of 2,000,000 tons of TNT. So if you say 1 megaton, that's nuclear bomb, right? So what if you say you take and put 1,000,000 pounds, so we put 1,000,000 pounds of dynamite. So you put in a big, right, a big explosive powder in a big truck or something. It's still going to be the same power as that atomic bomb. It's 1 megaton. You have 1 megaton of dynamite. But it's not nuclear. That's the difference. And so they actually adopted a megaton bomb one, but they said it wasn't nuclear. We didn't drop a nuclear bomb, but it was the same power of it. Go check it out. Just Google it. Find how much power that Moab had. The same power as a small nuclear bomb. That's how they try to get rid of this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it works. So they're going to drop one, and they're going to say it was a Mohawk. And then they're going to have the new say, oh, well, how come got radiation there if it's not a nuclear bomb? Oh, the radiation comes because we hit a nuclear site. And that's the radiation from the nuclear site. They're going to try to intimidate them by dropping nuclear bombs. Maybe they plan on dropping, I don't know. But that's what they're doing now. Because they know they cannot beat them just dropping missile stuff. But that's not going to work that way. That's why Master Muhammad has that plane in order to stop them. The quality destruction. Quality destruction means irradiating the earth on their way out. This is what's going to happen. That's what they try to plan on doing. See, that's what Master Muhammad is going to make itself manifest. See, they're going to come out, they're going to do it. When they drop that bomb, they're going to take it out. They're going to take out the Air Force. That's what I'm telling you. They're going to take out the Air Force. That's why he's going to do it. I'm just telling you more and more as we go, brothers and sisters. But we're in it. I think I'm going to leave it there. Oh, well, they're going to be crushed. The way he's crushing them, Pressure's too great. They can't handle it. They don't have enough structure for it. Oh, let me speak to this. I have it here. We could now, because that's what happened is Ishmael, Jeffrey, so-called son of Shem. Oh, what a day. I'm talking about hours, days away, not hours. For mercy. I'm going to show something about sisters here. Close out. I got it. See, I was going to comment. I'm not going to, I have to something else to do, brother, since I can't go into what I wanted to go in, all the things I want to go into. Maybe I'll have time later on today. But I got so many things to do, brothers and sisters. Anyway, I'm not going to get to that. This is a blackface. I want to show something else. We have the frequency, discipline. Do I have it? Maybe I don't have it. I guess I don't. What happened to it? One of us says, let me see if I can find it, and then we'll close. Not there, not there. What's going on with it? Oh, there it is. Okay. If you got children around, move them. Not going like this. It's very upsetting. But I'm just going to make a point. See that right there? That's a Siamese twin, but it didn't live long. See? It's two babies there, but they got one head. Usually it's one body with two heads. This is one head, two bodies. This is in India. Now see, the reason I'm saying this, because these clowns out here with this bullshit, they're gonna pay dearly. They keep telling you stupid shit like God made us in the womb. Now, the Quran says something that's stupid, but they don't understand what it means. But they tell you God's a man. So that means if God's a man, sometimes a man, we already went over that, right? If he's a man, then Master Muhammad, he's not anybody's womb making a baby. If he is, he's very busy. So if there is some God making babies in the womb, that's the way they think that really means, then who made that? Who made that? Why would he make something like that? When he sleeps, he's on drugs? Why would he make something like that? He's perfect, right? So why would he? And this is one of the worst cases. I just showed you the worst case, the worst I've ever seen. You just one body and two heads. This is one head and with two bodies. See? Because nobody makes no babies in the womb. It's DNA. They want to promote that. The reason why they really promote that hard, because they want to try to get around Farrakhan's power being the devil. Yeah. Ain't nobody, there's no such thing as accidents either. That's mother and father. So things things that happen mainly happen like that. Things that happen, right? When the mother and father, their genes, their DNA too close. That's why I tell you, don't marry your mother, your brother, any family member. Right? And usually that's the case of that. But sometimes, because of the way the world is right now, you don't know. Especially we don't know. But we heard instances, well, brothers and sisters got married, didn't know they were brothers and sisters. And then all the fornication stuff going, man has a child by another, and he don't tell nobody, and they don't know, they meet each other, they don't know they're brothers and sisters. That's part of the reason why stuff like that happens. There's other reasons, but that's part of it. So let me talk one more thing, I'm going to close out. I'm talking about wavelength frequency. Now, we want the lower wavelength frequency because of energy deprivation. So now we're moving up. So as we move up, we have to, if say for instance, you're on the third floor, we made a devil on the third floor. So that's their house, that's their wavelength frequency. But we couldn't handle the third floor anymore, so we ended up on the second floor, first floor. So they stay on the third floor because that's the wavelength frequency they're on. It was made for that wavelength frequency of the third floor. So, but we couldn't handle it, so we went down to second, first. So they'd be ruling because they're on the top floor. They didn't rule us. So, but on our way back up, we got to pass through the third floor again. Wait a minute. I said down on the third floor, right? Let me get it straight. So on the way back up, we got to pass through the third floor. So we got to be the same wavelength frequency. There they are. That's what it's been the last 50 years, basically. The so-called civil rights, all that kind of stuff. See, that's why you had that. That's why I understand these. We got better, but still we became more like them, right, for the last 50 years. Right? But we had to, man, we can keep going. So if you're in a lower wavelength frequency, then you move up, then you got to get past to that level again because you wasn't at that level when you went down. Because they're on the third, so you get third. But now you move to the fourth. Okay? But see, the thing is that you're on that, then, but it's only temporary because now some of you get stuck on that level. Some people, that's why you cleave to earth, you love this world's life. So you get stuck on it. You don't realize there's a fourth floor. Because you don't know there's a fourth floor. Somebody will tell you. That's what Suleiman's here to tell you there's a fourth floor there. Show you how to get there. But what I'm trying to make here is what? Once you start moving, okay, your frequency and wavelength changes. So now you got two conflicting wavelengths. Remember, you started to move towards the fourth floor, but you're still on the third floor. You started to move, but now there's two wavelength frequency that collide with each other. Right? So now you got static because they're all mixing together. Okay? So the thing is that it's become worse and worse because now you move at a higher level. Your wavelength frequency come greater than theirs. So now you put pressure on them. So that's right. They can resist, but they're the ones feeling the pressure because you're applying a greater pressure because you move to a higher wavelength frequency than them. Remember, I told you it's a thought war, mind war. So you move higher, so therefore they're gonna feel it, and so therefore you interrupting their reality. But remember, if you go to the third floor, you're gonna control the reality. You're the third floor, right? You control all the lower realities. Move to the fourth floor, rather. And they don't want that because that means they have to conform to your reality, and they don't want to do that. It's like we have to conform to their reality. We're uncomfortable with that. So you got to resist there too. So the thing is, that's what you see right now because the people, the demons and all them, the reason why they're doing all this stuff, because remember, they keep changing. First of all, it's originating, all that kind of stuff, and now it's mass fraud. What's happening is that because if you got two both affecting each other, but yours is affecting others more than theirs is. So theirs is being changed by yours. You're changing, you're upgrading. Your upgrading is forcing theirs to change. They don't want to change. You understand what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? So the thing is, that's why you see them, first of all, it's the originator, now it's Master Prophet Muhammad, that kind of stuff, because the point is they're trying to hold on to this and it's static. Their whole reality becoming static. The reality becomes static, and they can't make sense of it. So therefore, they got said, but they said anything they can. Like if you back in the corner, your life is saying you're gonna fight, you're gonna do everything. You go wild because you're trying to save your life, or you don't care. You just get in the corner, back in the corner. You start winging, swearing, just winging and everything you can. That's what they're doing. I'm trying to get you to understand what they're doing. That's why they're saying stuff make no sense. It didn't make any sense before, but when we was on the same wavelength and freaks with them, then it made sense. When you're on the same wavelength, freak, all that crap they saying made sense. But now you was 11, you say, hey, that freaks and wavelength, it's no good anymore. See, when you're in the winter, all ice and all that stuff makes sense. But spring, that stuff don't make sense anymore. But you're going to try to hold on to that because when spring comes in, all the wind's destroyed. The same thing, wavelength frequency. Therefore, that stuff made sense until the angel comes along, and all of a sudden, that stuff don't make any sense anymore. You didn't know. You didn't need to know who the jinn was. You didn't know who the dragon was. You didn't know this kind of stuff. It wasn't necessary because you had Farrakhan, all this, whatever. It made sense then, but now when you get high frequency wavelength, high frequency wavelength is more revealing. You know what I'm saying? High frequency wave is more revealing. So now, so it's like more energy. It's more energy too. So you can say it's more light. You can say all kinds of ways to look at it. So in other words, you can say it's more light. So therefore, it's not as light than it was before. So in other words, the lower wavelength frequency, the third floor is dark now. It's darkness. Nobody want that stuff. They want. You understand what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? That's why they're doing what they're doing. Because now it's Master Muhammad now. And they're changing. Before it was the originator. Because they're fighting, they're trying to hold on to this wavelength frequency, hold on to Farrakhan. They have no choice. Some of them, I mean, the ones that are demons, and they're trying to hold them up. They fight with them. Oh, man, you got to pay attention. You got to stay on this wavelength. That's what they're saying. You got to stay on this wavelength frequency. Because they're fighting for their life. Because their wavelength frequency is about to be is being destroyed. There's enough pressure. It's a lot of static now. It wasn't static before. Now it's static. They're just putting static. So you don't know shit. You don't know this. You don't know that. And they can't have answers for it. They're in confusion, in division. You understand, brothers and sisters? I hope you understand. I'm trying to put you see what's happening. So it'll get worse. They're trying to hold on to this wavelength frequency, and now you got high wavelength frequency. It's getting greater, stronger, stronger, stronger. Right? So they're feeling the pressure. And so, hey, no, man, because another thing, and those who pay attention, see, if you listen to what they say, they react to what I've said all during the week, or been saying in the past. Because they feel it. That's why it says in Malachi, don't stop tormenting me. What do you mean? You're tormenting that bitch. You make it easy for them. You put them in. So that means their wavelength frequency is not working no more. People ain't paying attention to it anymore. It's being crushed. They got a number static for them. It doesn't make any sense. You say, it don't make any sense. It made sense before. When you did the winter knowledge, snowman and ice cube, that made sense. When it was spring, that don't make sense. Well, what was a snowfall? It don't make any sense to me. I'm going to leave it there, brothers and sisters. Like this thing, that little baby there, he said God made him womb. So he made that? Was it on crack? What's the explanation for that? See, that's 1,500-year knowledge, and the way they spoke of it that way, because they didn't have microscopes. They didn't have the science. They didn't know about DNA. So you can say, yeah, God does make it in the womb. They're talking about the mathematics of DNA. That's what they're talking about. But they didn't know it, so they had to say it that way. They tell, oh, the Quran's all, that's it. Ain't nothing beyond the Quran. But he told you that he talked about the writing of Scripture, and he says, he asked you a question. What happened to, what Scripture did Abraham have? I mean, that's how stupid they are. He answered a question. Those Scriptures are not around anymore because they are not relevant anymore. That's why. And now the Quran's not relevant anymore. It's good for recital. That's actually the name of it, recital. That's not relevant for what's going on in the world today. I mean, if you have a thorough knowledge of what's going on, you can show you can pull it out of there, but it's not openly. It's the sealed books are the books. They tell you those are the books for the last day. You understand, brothers and sisters? So it's not relevant now. It tells you Daniel and Injil is the books is relevant. He tell you another thing. He said, "With Jesus coming back, well, first of all, nobody come back from the grave. So how did Jesus come back? If Jesus come back, was that Sargon? What book did Jesus have? He had the Injil. So he, I mean, that it tells you right there. You're going to bring the Injil unsealed. For him and the Mahdi would be together. So who is this Jesus then? So they're all over themselves. I'm just trying to get you to have an idea of what's going on, how things are. This stuff. In a few more days, I will not be here. And if you don't get it by then, you're going to be in trouble. Right now, the Levites, they need leaders. Got to do a tribulation. Who's that going to be? Won't be me. I'm leaving there, brothers and sisters. This the thing is, God made that. He says prayer weapon. See, that right there, evidence. And that way, someone don't make any sense unless you're gonna say God makes freaks and then play games with us. No, God don't make anybody in the womb. DNA. They didn't know about DNA back 1,500 years ago. DNA has to be distinct, otherwise you get stuff like this. But DNA cannot distinguish, it's too close. And that's not, see, some fatal twin, let me explain them close. You got it's two, sometimes a woman, like some animals, right, they produce more than one egg at a time. That's usually rare, but it does. That results in fraternal twins because they're brothers and sisters, but they're different. They're born at the same time. The egg is split in half. Sometimes an egg will split in half for whatever reason. Then you got twins because now that egg split, and now you got two identical things, two identical eggs. But when egg it actually divides, and it keeps dividing. But sometimes when it divides the first time, it actually splits. You got two. But now if it started to split and don't split all together, then you have a Siamese twin. But now you got two individuals going together. This here is like very rare. Okay? Because like that was just one egg that got all messed up. It's very rare to have one head and two bodies. Uses one body and two heads. Anyway, assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.